Alright, so gameplay cam for this one because, well, let's just say I fucked up with my last video. So you might be thinking, what are you talking about? Well, I recently uploaded a video called Linux Users Are Morons. Don't use Windows LTSC. And to say the video is controversial is a bit of an understatement. Just like the video before this, I got a ton of positive support from this video. Though, after thinking about it for the past week, it's actually kind of been why I've been taking a little hiatus. I probably should have announced it or something, but I'm back and, I've just been kind of thinking about the last video. And I gotta tell you, what the fuck was I thinking with this video? Because, like I could tell my mind was in the right place, or, I had the right thoughts. It was just... I executed the video, I think, pretty poorly, and just some of my facts, quote unquote, are kind of wrong. For example, I mentioned in the video, I talk about how a lot less convenient for someone to download Windows 11 LTSC, for example. Well, it turns out I was actually pretty wrong about that. So it turns out you can download the LTSC ISO image from Microsoft's website without putting in their information. It was just, for some reason, and I guess I should have Google searched harder, or rather, quote-unquote, researched harder about this, but yeah, it turns out you can actually download a free trial of LTSC, which I did not know that, and when I saw that, I was like, oh, no, I fucked up. But yeah, let me also talk about other things too. I should have explained the process of installing Linux in general, because I never even talked about it. It didn't have to be like an overly detailed explanation. Like, it could have been, kind of simplified, but I could have explained that a little bit more. I didn't do this. I guess maybe my stupidity? I don't know. But, I do deeply apologize for that. Another thing I really could have done better in this video was explaining hardware support. Now, hardware support has gotten a lot better on Linux. I mean, don't get me wrong. A lot of hardware works incredibly well with Linux now. We've come a long way since even 5 years ago, but there is still some hardware that definitely doesn't work with Linux. Like, for instance, GoPro cameras, as an example, that just flat out don't work in USB mode out of the box, at least. I did hear you can set them up, but I heard it's either you need an older GoPro or it requires a lot of technical know-how to do. Yeah, let me know in the comments if there's like any sort of way to make that work, because that's why I've been using this webcam. NVIDIA cards, for example, like, the drivers have gotten a lot better on those too, and NVIDIA has recently released open source drivers for their new cards. But you can tell even the open source drivers need a lot of time in the oven, and AMD cards are the best graphics cards to use in Linux, without question, because the drivers are baked into the kernel itself. But I should have explained this too, because keep in mind, not everyone has AMD cards. So, I mean, NVIDIA's proprietary drivers do work well for the most part. They just won't perform as good and as seamless as AMD's open source drivers. And the last mistake, real quickly, I wanted to point out, looking back at this video, is just the fact that just hearing myself in this video, like, I was trying to sound entertaining. I wasn't trying to sound elitist. I was just saying how I felt. And I guess that did come off as a little elitist. Like, it just seemed like I was so obsessed with Linux that it was just clouding my judgment a little bit. I mean, most of the stuff I did say in the video was true. Like, of course, Linux is better, duh. But again, that's my opinion. You have your opinion. If you like Windows LTSC, fine. If you like Linux, fine. We agree to disagree. Linux does have better performance. It has, you have better privacy, you have open source software, you have customizability. Linux really does have a lot of potential compared to Windows, because, Windows, especially as of late, hasn't been doing very good, and, that's why I switched to Linux. Many people have switched to Linux, and yeah, I mean, I almost sounded like a fanboy in the video, which I deeply deeply apologize for my hypocritical behavior, let's just say. You know, because fanboyism is incredibly toxic. It can turn people away from things, and, you know, just looking back, it just seemed like I was kind of doing the opposite of my goal. Like, it seemed like I was doing the very thing, you know, these fanboys were doing. And I don't want to be like that. I want to actually have people get excited for Linux. You know, I want people to be excited. You know, I want to see people be positive. I don't want people to be stuck on the crappy ass Windows that Microsoft is forcing on you. I'm sick and tired of that. I guess I was just so focused on just Microsoft just pissing me off that I just couldn't take it. And I'll definitely try to do better next time with my research, you know, maybe my attitude, even though, you know, some of that attitude was just really for entertainment. I think some of you guys could tell, but looking back, I mean, Windows LTSC, I mean, it's not, I would never use it over Linux. Unless if I were to use it in a virtual machine, just to run a couple of Windows programs that I might need to still use Windows for, then yeah, then I would use it. But for the most part, I would still just use Linux because, you know, you don't have the extra baggage of Microsoft spying on you all the time. You know what I mean? I would just rather stick with Linux. But again, that's just me. And, you know, I kind of learned that, you know, people are gonna have opinions. You know, people are gonna like Windows more. People are gonna like Linux more. People are gonna like Mac more. People are gonna like FreeBSD more. I don't know. But yeah, moral of the story, I fucked up. And, you know, I want to do better in the future. Because doing this actually is a lot of fun. It really is just talking, not just about Linux. That's actually another thing I want to point out too, is the fact that this isn't just a Linux channel. This is just like a, you know, whatever channel. You know, I might talk about like some games, or I might do a commentary on a video. I might do, just as long as it's for entertainment. You know, as long as I can entertain you guys, I think that's the right path. And, you know, and it actually seems to be doing really well. Like, even on my latest videos, I've actually gotten a couple of hype points, which, I mean, I can't express enough just how grateful I am for you guys. And, you know, it puts a smile on my face. It really does. And the reception and just how much the video blew up. I mean, that's crazy. I didn't expect the video to get like 6,000 views. Okay, maybe that's not like viral, of course, but you know what I mean. So yeah, thank you guys for sticking with me here. It's really been appreciative. And, you know, next video, I want to do better, and I want to do a little more research and, you know, yada, yada, yada. So yeah, I mean, for those of you who liked the video, thank you. You know, it's really appreciative. And I guess until next time, peace.